So let's start with dust for today. As we saw that it started lower again today, went up. The last 15 minutes it was only down about 3.5%, and then it jumps back down and closes as 5.59%. This is pretty much in accordance with our lines when we did our charting for the moving averages. It's bouncing off the green line. It's been going up and down. Um, it's going to consolidate soon. We're going to have the lines uh, at the nexus of these blue lines. It's going to have to make a choice. Either it's going to jump up and go higher, or drop down lower and fall lower. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Right now, we're not too worried because it is in our parameters, our risk parameters. Uh, Tomorrow will be a crucial day. We're going to switch over to Nugget, and as you can see, this is a sign of indecision. Um, the market doesn't know where they want to take it. It's at the 8-day average. That is basically where they all come back to, and then we'll see if it's going to make a positive cross, and it'll just be time to call it a lost on dust. But let's talk about some of the drivers that are moving Dust and Nugget. I think that's really important to really understand why we're seeing such random movements. Let's start with gold. Uh, the reason why Nugget has been moving up so much is because of the rise of gold. After the Fed announcements, gold dropped to probably the lowest it has been since in a long, long time at 1050. Of course, once you test such a big support, you're going to bounce back. And which it did the last 2 days. It has been bouncing up, and that's why dust has been falling down. Today is a crucial day where it did come back to the 8-day average, and it's looking like it may form a very small V. So that is something we need to take into account and see what we can do with that. And on the same time, the reason why gold is getting such big play is because the dollar has weakened a little bit. Now, in the long term, the Fed raises the rates. It should help the dollar appreciate more, but maybe this is just some of the short term seesawing that we should have expected. So we see the dollar rising right here, 2.5 days ago, or 2.5 trading days ago, when the dollar when the Fed announced the raise of rates. The last 2 days has been coming back down, but it has settled at its 8-day average, which is a support. So what it because dust and the dollar, I'm going to go back to dust now, are resting at moving averages, resting at support lines, especially in the last 10 to 15 minutes today, really tells me that when it sees an uptick, traders are taking profit. These are day traders that got in right at the bottom towards midday today, around 12:31 p.m. They saw probably a 3-4% swing on the upside with dust from its lows today, and they took profit. And you can't really hurt them for that. But it's good to know that people are looking at the trend lines, trading the trend lines. That gives me a little bit more comfort about what we have up over here. So tomorrow's going to be a crucial day for Nugget because it's at the indecision mode today. Um, so Dust, even though it opened lower intraday, it was a positive day for Dust. So that's going to have a really interesting play tomorrow to see if we can recoup some of our losses. But we are still holding on dust. We are ready to take a loss if it gets worse, or if we see that it's we're getting uncomfortable with our trading ranges. But as of right now, we're okay, and we'll keep an eye out tomorrow. Thank you.